Welcome to The Real Review, sponsored by Parametric and Lazy Ape Studios, where you get some of the latest happenings, real thoughts, and perspectives in the world of film and television. And this is our Coming Soon and News. This is where we discuss all the films that are going to be coming out in the most recent weekend and some news. But we don't have any news today, do we, Matt?
No, not unless we think of something later.
Unless we think of something.
That I can remember, yeah.
Which we do often.
Yes.
Come up with some news stories. And I will say as well, we're kind of still in the midst of our summer ending slump.
Yes.
The next big release is going to be coming up the weekend after this, which is It.
Yes.
Which Matt will be seeing.
I will be seeing that.
And I will be watching from the parking lot.
You
I will ask them to prop the door open.
Be in the parking
and
lot.
I will be watching from a distance.
You will be at home watching Nickelodeon.
I will be at home watching Nick.
Yep.
If I could somehow get a copy of it early for home usage, I know that's totally illegal and I will not have that happen. But if I could probably watch it in bits and chunks.
If a studio gave you a screener.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen.
Hey, never say never. That's what Justin Bieber said, and it's true.
Yeah, but that's Justin Bieber. I don't know if I want to be compared to...
Hey.
Anyway, so we're going to be reviewing two films today. We're going to be reviewing a film called Tulip Fever. Well, talking about a film called Tulip Fever, which is coming out this weekend, as well as Goon, The Last of the Enforcers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we get into it? And we'll start with our first film we're going to be talking about here briefly. It's a film called Tulip Fever.
Yes, it's about a tulip, and you get a fever if you touch it.
That's deep.
Just kidding.
Metaphorically, I think maybe metaphorically, you've just uncovered what the true meaning of the...
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So the synopsis of this is an artist falls for a young married woman while he's commissioned to paint her portrait during the tulip mania of 17th century Amsterdam. If we've learned anything from the movie Titanic, is when somebody draws somebody, they end up, hanging out together.
Paint me like one of your girls.
Yeah, in inappropriate ways.
Yes.
So this is
like an extended version of that scene.
Right.
So only they're not on a boat.
This is it's directed by Justin Chadwick, and has a ton of people in it. Ton of like big people in it too. So like Alicia Vikander, Dane DeHaan, Jack O'Connell, Holiday Granger, Tom Hollander, Matthew Morrison, Kevin McKidd, Douglas Hodge, Zach Galifianakis.
I know. Judi Dench.
Christoph Waltz. Just like a bajillion people.
I'd say the big three appear to be Alicia Vikander, Dane DeHaan, and Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Those appear to be the big three
the
from
main
the trailer.
Peoples.
Yeah.
Even Cara Delevingne, or however you say it.
Which both of them don't... Zach does say something in the trailer really briefly, but it's like both of their characters like appear for like a half second.
Yeah.
And it's tough because in particular Zach Galifianakis plays such a goofy character in most things that it's really hard for me to see him in this role and not just like when I saw that it immediately took me out of the film.
Yeah.
It'd be like seeing Will Ferrell, it'd be like, what? Like, what is he doing there? Thoughts on this?
So these types of movies don't really appeal to me. Like I'm just like, whatever. I will say this, though.
Films about flowers?
No, just about like the forbidden romance. Like that doesn't appeal to me at all.
I didn't get that at all.
I will say this.
Yeah.
And I told you this while I was watching the trailer. I think the production design looks really good. Like they put a lot of time in to make it look like it's, the 1800s in Amsterdam or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And I thought they did a fantastic job. At least from what I can tell here, it looks like it's shot really well and it looks really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something to be said that there's so many like big name actors and actresses in here. It's just if that is going to affect the quality of the movie at all. But then again, I think the other movies that had a ton of people in it that weren't that good. But
it really, I mean, there could be a lot of reasons for why they were able to secure so many big names.
They could
have gotten one big one, and then everybody else kind of jumped on board because of that.
There's still an embargo too, so maybe that's not quite as good.
That's not a good thing at this point, I would imagine. Mainly because this doesn't feel like this feels like the kind of film they would want to do like an Oscar run or something for. At least that's the way they're framing it.
They have early lifts on their embargoes usually for like that. They use the embargo lift to get the word of mouth going for their
But
property.
The fact that they're releasing it now and the fact that there's no reviews coming out for it don't say good things for it in that regard. And maybe the trailer is just a bit misleading. It appears to be what you're saying. It's kind of like a romance drama with the romantic tension. Who's going to end up with who? Is somebody going to die? It could really be flat and silly. That's kind of my fear, is that it's really going to end up being a lot of like really good looking stuff, but not a lot of depth to the actual story and development. And the director here is Justin Chadwick. He doesn't have, from what I'm seeing, he doesn't have a ton of credits to his name. His last film was actually a TV movie called The Money in 2014. And that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but he's got a lot of television, a whole lot of television, and he's got a couple different film projects, but nothing that's, as far as I've seen, that's really kind of broken free. I think Mandela, The Long Walk of Fame, Long Walk to Freedom, sorry, not Fame, Long Walk to Freedom. I'm very apologize for that one. That's like the biggest one that I know of. I don't think I know any of these other ones really. There just isn't much here for me to latch onto beyond just the cool cinematic, looks like style, the design, like you said, the overall production design, and then additionally some of the names.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be nice if we had we're still waiting for a good Dane DeHaan film.
I know. I like Chronicle. I thought that was his best. That's my favorite one that he is in.
Yeah. I have a hard time putting that in the category of good though, because I can't rewatch that.
Really? I've seen it. I love Chronicle. I really like it. It's one of my favorite found footage movies.
It wasn't enough for me.
No, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
4.5 is my excitement level for this thing.
Yeah, I put it similar. Somewhere in between a 4 and a 5.
Yeah.
Maybe closer to a 5 actually, just because I can deal with some of the romantic type stuff in there. There's been a lot of films that have come out recently actually, where like the only aspect I've actually liked in an otherwise non-interesting film was the romance.
Like the Emoji Movie.
Yep, the Emoji Movie. Exactly. So, cool. All right, well then let's move on to our next film, which is a sequel.
It is a sequel.
Yes, it's called Goon, Last of the Enforcers.
Right.
Do we need to say anything more?
No, so we haven't seen the first one.
We never saw the first one. So the synopsis for this one, which is funny because this one doesn't even appear to be. I was trying to look up just locations for where it's playing, and I can't even seem to find. But maybe it'll go wide release after. Maybe after it actually comes out, they'll release more information on where to find it. But synopsis for this is: a hockey player plagued by injuries is confronted with the possibility of retirement when a tough new player challenges his status as the league's top enforcer. Directed by Jay Baruchel. It stars, I think the biggest name in this is Sean William Scott. And then it also has Elijah Cuthbert as Mary, Allison Pill, Liev Schreiber, Wyatt Russell, T.J. Miller. Oh, T.J. Miller's in this. Look at that.
You know who Jay Baruchel is?
No.
He's the guy who plays Hiccup in How to Train Your Dragon. He's also in a couple of those movies with the Rogan and that crew.
Gotcha.
Rogan and Franco.
Yeah, because he does not have a lot of credits to his name.
Well, not as a director, but like he's been in a lot of things as far as an actor is concerned.
That's what I meant, as far as acting.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as acting, huge, but as far as directing, this is like a brand new area for him. So maybe they're giving him kind of a smaller film to start and kind of moving him up from there. And he has a good comedic timing. So I don't know. That actually kind of interests me a little bit. I didn't put those two together. So to see him coming out as like, after being acting in so many things, to see him coming out as his directorial debut.
Yeah.
So the movie itself, the trailer didn't look all that awesome though.
No.
Looked a little bland.
Yeah. It's like meh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Guy tells coarse jokes and beats people up while playing hockey, and
looks like it's him
make a comeback.
Yeah, it's just a comeback, like him to
story.
Learn how to throw a left hook as opposed to just using his right arm, I guess.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of really bad, stupid, like gross out R-rated comedies recently, so
yeah,
I don't think this will be any worse. I mean,
nope. 3 for me.
3. Probably 2.5.
Okay.
A little lower. So,
and actually, I do have a news thing.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
You wanna hear this?
Yeah. What's
the
news thing?
So obviously we are. When I say
live.
we, I mean me.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. The official critic review, full review embargo has not been lifted, which is normal at this point in time. That's okay.
But the impressions are coming
out. But the social media embargo has lifted, meaning
which I call the impressions.
Basically, like 140 characters or less.
Right.
Embargo is lifted.
Yeah.
So check this out. This is what we're getting so far as reviews for the film It. It movie was spooktacular, great cast, surprisingly funny, and genuinely unnerving scares. You'll still be freaked out when you get home.
No.
Okay?
I don't like
Next one, thrilled. I can say now that It is spectacular, totally terrifying, but almost amazingly fun. The losers are perfect. Top 10 candidate for me for sure. Next one, It definitely captures frights of the novel whilst adding a new
Can't read it.
adding new. I can't read it. Adding new fears. Major set pieces are bone chilling and even summons a splash of tears.
This isn't good news. The main reason for that is because if it was a bad movie, then I could get away with not seeing it.
Just saw it. Really well done. Cast were all great with some twisted visuals. Going to make a ton of money. Ready for a sequel like tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is all really awesome stuff.
I'm glad it's coming out then if it's going to be good, but it sucks for
One
me.
of the best Stephen King adaptations ever made.
Wow. Oh, that's some good stuff so far, and that's not the reviews yet. I mean, I've kind of read up on a bit of that too, and there's a lot of people saying it's got a funness to it mixed in with the horror and the gore and the scariness. It's got like almost a Stranger Things type.
But more horror than what
horror.
Stranger Things had. Yeah.
I mean, this is a hard R.
Yeah, for sure. And this is still, it looks like, because this was always planned to just be a part one.
Yeah.
But it still looks like, I mean, with this kind of word of mouth, the anticipation is super high.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine it's gonna earn its keep and get a sequel pretty quickly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just processing. Like I'm already like pumping myself up to try and be ready for something like this.
Anyways. Anyway, so I just want to throw that out there. It comes out in like a week and a half. So
thanks, Matt.
Yeah, hey, it's great stuff.
In other news, Joel is taking vacation
during the release of
it for this coming weekend.
What he doesn't know is I'm replacing all of his DVDs with just copies of it.
Illegal, Matt. That's illegal. Can't do that.
After it comes out.
Oh, gotcha. Fair enough.
But anyways, that's all I got.
Well, cool. Awesome. Well, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it a bit more next episode of Coming Soon when we do our full official Coming Soon review of the movie. So awesome. Well, then we're going to give you some ways to get connected to the podcast before we wrap things up then. Some awesome ways to do so. RealReviewMedia.com. Love to get connected there. Also our Facebook, which is Facebook.com/RealReviewMedia. Then on our Instagram and our Twitter, both are at RealReviewMedia. And as well, our email. Guess what? RealReviewMedia@gmail.com.
Bam.
There it is. So anything more, Matt?
No, that's it.
All right. It's been real.
It's been real.